Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Let's talk about this situation. Welcome to Sweetie Pies and the situation with Norman. Tim Norton. I like Lord have mercy. He hasn't learned his lesson whatsoever. He was previously behind bars for 10 years for armed robbery. And you think he would have learned something while he was in prison? He would have actually got himself together and actually never enter prison again and did not want to commit any more crimes. But greed got the best of him, and he has been arrested for the murder hire plot of his nephew Andre Montgomery, which is a really sad situation. This young man lost his life because his uncle was greedy and wanted money. And then on top of that, Tim Norman was not able to even collect the money whatsoever because he was asked to submit applications and information to the insurance company to continue to get the insurance money when Andre Montgomery was going to depart from this earth. And he did not give the information to the insurance company, so therefore he could not collect whatsoever. So he was paying these premiums after premiums, but he was never going to be able to collect unless he actually filled out the right forms and right information so he can actually collect on the insurance policy of Andre Montgomery. But he failed to do that, so therefore he was never going to collect. You would think he would learn something in prison. He would learn from some white collar criminals or, forgery criminals, but he didn't. And so therefore he did not collect the money at all. So his nephew, Andre Montgomery, left this earth for no reason at all because Tim didn't get any money. And he had to end up paying out money to Terica Ellis because she was involved in the murder for hire plot to as well for money. So she's behind bars and she ends up just getting, $9,000, and then she ends up getting $700 too as well. And this is really a sad situation. And this young lady, she is a dancer and she was a part of the murder for hire plot with Tim. There's evidence of communication through cell phone and Instagram and emails on her too as well. She even flew to California to get the $700 from Tim Norman with her mother and her child too as well. So he didn't collect any money, so he ended up paying $9,000 to her plus $700 and plus the insurance premiums too as well. So he couldn't collect point blank period because he didn't know what he was doing. And makes you wonder, how was he able to run these restaurants and open up multiple restaurants if he can't even fill out insurance forms and actually submit the right information to please the insurance company to get his money. What a damn shame. And Jenae Williams, she has spoke on the situation and she sends her condolences to Robbie Montgomery family too as well. She says she can't even imagine. A dose of the truth is hitting. Yes, a dose of the truth is hitting because Jenae Williams tried to tell us that this man was no good, that this man was a bad man, that this man, stalked her, harassed her, and did all types of things to her where she had to go get a protective order against him and everything else like that, so he would not come around her, point blank period. Then he turned around and got a protective order against her and was going to court back and forth. Talk about deranged, talk about crazy. He couldn't even keep his nose clean when it came to relationship with women too as well. And then on top of that, he was no good to his baby mama. He mistreated her. And this is Jenae Wilkins. She moved on, she got her kids, and she remarried, and she got a new man, and she's happy and she's doing a damn thing, and she protected her kids from Tim Norman because she would not allow him to see them, even though she didn't know he was involved in a murder to hire plot. Something in her will, something in her heart kept her children away from him. And so therefore, a mother instincts is a mother instincts, whether she was being mean at the time, but it had a greater purpose because this man allegedly, his marbles are gone, and he has been charged and he has been arrested too for the murder to hire plot. I was like, Lord have mercy. Miss Robbie Montgomery, she must be going through a lot. She lost a son, a grandson, and she lost a husband, and now she's about to lose another son if he is convicted of this murder to hire plot, because this is a serious situation, because it facilitates interstate commerce, namely a cell phone, to commit a murder for hire for money plot, which is in violation of Title 18 of the United States Code section in 1958. So we may never see him again if he's convicted. And then the young lady, Terica Ellis, she's gonna be behind bars too as well for $9,700. Ain't enough money to take me away from my children. Ain't enough money for me to commit any crime with a person that ain't even that smart. But she didn't know no better either. And she was involved, and she was a part of the situation. She even got her mother involved, and she flew down to California just to get $700 for Tim. So Tim is out of money. He's out of luck at this time. So he's innocent until proven guilty. So we'll find out how this court case is going to land. But this is a real sad situation. I really feel bad for Miss Robbie Montgomery. And then on top of that, Tim had the nerve to be at the reunion of Welcome to Sweetie Pies, and they also addressed the death of Andre Montgomery, and Tim was sitting there like it was like he didn't want nothing to do with the situation, like he didn't want, like he wasn't hurt. His mother was sitting there crying. And then also on top of that, Tim also, took his mother to the location where Andre Montgomery had left this earth, and acting like he was all sad, and he had the nerve to put this face on, this behavior on in front of his family. This is what you call a real deviant. And this is him acting like he don't want to talk about it or don't want to deal with the situation, because allegedly he might be involved. And then on top of that, he ain't happy about it because he didn't collect no money. He tried to get the money. He watched his mother cry. He watched his family in pain, and and allegedly he was involved in the situation. And it is sad. It is real sad. Robbie Montgomery has put up with a lot from this young man. She trusted him after he got out of prison for serving a 10-year bid, and had him become a part of the restaurant and everything else like that, and give him an opportunity, and he turn around and do this to his mama. I mean, like, Lord have mercy. And the word on the street is that they lost their show because of Tim. Look at the family crying, and look at just Tim just sitting there like he don't know what's going on, like he has no idea. And knowing that he's involved in this alleged crime, allegedly, we don't know if he was actually involved until he is proven guilty. But in the court of public opinion, people think that he was actually involved too as well. This is real sad. I mean, this is like so low down. And look at him sitting there with that mean mug on his face. No tears, no nothing. Because he know what he done. He got to deal with this each and every day. And then this man has the nerve to smile in his mug shot. I mean, he has the nerve to smile like everything is all good. Everything is okay. His family's sitting up there crying. And they're hurt, and they're discussing this situation. And Tim is sitting there dazed, looking at the floor, looking lost, because he's probably sitting there thinking, I didn't even get the money, so this ain't even worth the situation for me. I was just like, Lord have mercy. Look at him, ain't no tears. He don't look right. And Jennifer Williams is lucky that she got away with her life. And also Tim Norman, children's mother, Jenae, she's lucky she got away too as well, that she was absolutely positively able to get out that situation. And it is what it is. I was just like, damn. And this young man lost his life because his uncle greed for money. Like, damn, this is just like way too much for any person to handle. And I don't know how Miss Robbie Montgomery can even handle this situation. This got to be tough to deal with. This got to be very tough. Very, very tough to deal with. This is just an awful situation to be a part of. And then you have Tim that was on Instagram recently, arguing and yelling at his children's mother because she wouldn't let him visit his children. And then we also have Miss Robbie Montgomery arguing with Jenae too as well. But It is what it is. I was like, Lord have mercy. This is a sad situation, straight up and down. It says in October of 2014, James Timothy Norman attempted to obtain a $250,000 life insurance policy on his 18-year-old nephew, then at the time, Andre Montgomery. Tim was the sole beneficiary through American Insurance Company. 2 weeks later, Norman went to request another $200,000. In addition, he added a accidental death policy too as well. Throughout this situation, he went to another insurance company, which was Foster Policy Insurance Company. So the Foster Insurance Company, he added another $200,000 to, the insurance policy on his nephew, Andre Montgomery, which is sad. Like, this is a sad ending, a sad end to the story of Welcome to Sweetie Pies. For real, for real. So, Tim, he was the sole beneficiary of the insurance policy, and he also paid the monthly premium directly from his checking account. In March of 2015, Tim attempted to obtain a replacement policy on Andre Montgomery policy in the amount of $249,999, but the application was denied. The application was denied because he could not, give the right information to the insurance company. So he also obtained numerous false statements that he tried to send to the insurance company, and it wasn't working at all because the insurance company wanted income, occupation, and family history, and Tim couldn't give him the insurance. Couldn't give the insurance company information as far as income and occupation. All he had to do was put his nephew as an occupant of, Welcome to Sweetie Pies or somewhere else, but he wasn't able to do that. And plus, they do a lot of investigation now when it comes to life insurance policies and accidental insurance policies too as well. But if you get accidental insurance, make sure you get life insurance, because if your loved one dies and you only have accidental insurance, that means when a person dies, you cannot collect. You may be able to get $50,000, maybe not, because of the premiums that you paid. But if they die of natural causes or cause of a heart attack or a stroke or anything like that, you're not going to get paid if you have an accidental insurance policy. So if Tim Norman, I don't even know why he got an accidental insurance policy, because his nephew, which is Andre Montgomery, he was murdered. You know what I mean? So he departed from this earth through murder and violence. So therefore, that's not an accident. So he would never be able to collect on that. So basically, you just get life insurance. And you need to obtain the right information, like, their occupation and things like that. And you can also finagle that information by basically saying that, this is my nephew. I want to get the insurance policy on him just in case something happened, because they live in St. Louis. It's a high crime neighborhood. There's a lot of death of young black males. So therefore, I want to obtain an insurance policy. And basically, you can say he's not working. He doesn't have an income. And I'm taking care of him and blase and the third. But, he didn't know no better. So in addition to that, on March 14, 2016 at 8:02 p.m., Montgomery was departed from this earth by Tim Norman and Terica Ellis murder for hire plot. Terica Ellis murder to hire plot. So Andre Montgomery had departed in St. Louis. Like, Lord have mercy. The Eastern District of Missouri. On March 10, 2016, Montgomery received an email message from Terica Ellis Gmail account advising him that I am on my way in town. A search of Terica Ellis Gmail account indicated the email address belonged to Terica Ellis, an exotic dancer residing in Memphis, Tennessee. On March 13, 2016, the day before the departure of Andre Montgomery murder, Norman flew from Los Angeles, California, where his primary residence, to St. Louis, and arrived in St. Louis at 12 a.m. on the morning of March 14, 2016. And on about March 13, 2016, Ellis posted on her Instagram account that she was in St. Louis and will return to Memphis on March 14, 2016. So she was basically sending Tim information through Instagram, and they also communicated through burner phones. So when Andre Montgomery departed from this earth in St. Louis in front of his grandmother's house, the pings from their cell phone were very close to the area of where the incident took place, and they was communicating back and forth. So, wiretap and pinging off the cell phone towers. That's how they end up getting the information about the situation, about what went down. And plus, they probably subpoenaed the insurance companies too as well. And somebody dropped a dime, a 10, a nickel on this situation too as well, because it's very suspicious of you having trying to request multiple amounts of $200,000, $250,000, on a young man, at the time was 18, from St. Louis. Why would you need that much insurance? Only thing you need is to make sure you have enough insurance for burial. And then, unless you are corporate and unless you have businesses and you are a millionaire at that age, you obtain really high insurance. Or if you are an owner of a big business and you have family members that you want to insure, you can, especially if they work for you, and it'd be a total loss if they depart from this earth and from your company. But Mr. Norman, Tim didn't have any of that information. So the police, the FBI, investigated the situation, and they followed the crumbs of bread that was left by Ellis and Tim. That's what happened in this situation. Shortly after 1 p.m. on March 14, 2016, in the area of the Chase Park Plaza, a temporary phone number subsequently pinned towers, Ellis and Norman became active in the same geographic location as numbers identified as belonging to Norman and Ellis when the departure from this earth from Andre Montgomery, which is a really sad situation. I mean, this young man lost his life for no reason at all. And then Miss Robbie Montgomery, she has to deal with this situation. She fought hard for her family. She lost her husband, she kept going. She lost her son, she kept going. She lost her grandson, she kept going. And now she's about to lose her son if he's actually convicted of this murder for hire plot too as well. And she's been working, she's been singing, she's been doing everything to make sure her family ends up in a better position. And she leaves, money behind, and a business behind, and a legacy behind for her family. But her son is just no good, allegedly, because he's innocent until proven guilty. So basically, it was just so much information. And then you have Ellis that flew to California with her mother, her daughter, got $700 for Tim. Then she got $9,000 from Tim, and she went and she opened numerous accounts. Her first bank account that she had prior to the murder of Andre Montgomery was negative. It was negative. She should have just been dancing day in and day out. She would have earned that $9,700 and she would be home with her child. But no, greed. I don't know how people think they can get away with crimes these days. Some people do, because the system don't care when certain people depart from this earth. But when you leave in a paper trail like insurance and it's all quiet, you don't have the right information, then you're like, you are hooking up with this woman that is an exotic dancer, Ellis. She ain't got no money. All of a sudden now she got $9,000 plus $700, and then she's opened up accounts. It gets tricky, but somebody had to drop some information for them actually to go back and check out the cell towers, to check out the pinging of the cell phone too as well, and then go do the information of the insurance policy too as well. And this is a terrible loss to the Montgomery family too as well. And now they're losing Tim Norman too as well, because he ain't gonna be around allegedly if he is convicted. So you guys tell me what you think about the situation. But Jennifer Williams, she lucked up that she got out of the situation. Also, Phaedra Park too as well, because Phaedra Parks was dating Tim on a DL, and they was like kind of mingling back and forth. Luckily, Phaedra Parks, she moved on and she got out of that situation. And Jennifer, she bounced. She had to go get court orders. She had to go get protection orders to get, Tim Norman out of her life. This man has some issues, and he's not very smart either. And why would you do that to your own family? You know how much pain that was going to cause to your family, but only thing that you cared for was the money. If it's actually proven that he is guilty, you guys tell me what you think.